The origins, a dream. Born in Yaoundé. From the streets of Yaoundé, Cameroon, to the biggest basketball arenas in the world, Joel Embiid's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Born on March 16, 1994, Joel Hans Embiid did not grow up dreaming of being an NBA superstar. In fact, basketball was not even his first love. As a child, he was drawn more towards soccer and volleyball, using his tall and lanky frame to dominate local games. But fate had other plans. At the age of 15, inspired by the legendary Hakeem Olajuwon, another African icon, Embiid picked up a basketball for the first time. What followed was a transformation that would eventually lead him to become one of the most dominant players in NBA history. A leap of faith, journey to America. Leaving his family behind was not easy, but Joel made a brave decision in 2011 to move to the United States to pursue basketball seriously. He attended Montverde Academy in Florida, a school known for producing NBA talent, but soon transferred to the Rock School in Gainesville, where he helped lead his team to a state championship. The adjustment was tough. He battled language barriers, culture shock, and loneliness, but his determination was stronger than any obstacle. His footwork, agility, and size made scouts take notice immediately, and by the time he committed to Kansas University, whispers of his NBA future were already growing louder. Kansas Jayhawk, the rising star. At Kansas, Embiid played just one season, but it was enough to make his mark. He showcased defense, rim protection, and post moves that reminded fans of Hakeem Olajuwon himself. His presence on the court was magnetic, and analysts predicted greatness. In 2014, Joel declared for the NBA draft, and the Philadelphia 76ers used their third overall pick to bring him to the city of brotherly love. It was supposed to be the beginning of something special. The dark years, injuries and setbacks. But destiny threw a painful curveball. Before he could play a single NBA game, Embiid suffered a devastating foot injury. His entire rookie season was lost. The following year, another setback kept him sidelined yet again. For 2 long years, Embiid could only watch as doubts mounted. Critics called him fragile, injury-prone, even a wasted draft pick. Some wondered if his NBA career was already over before it had even begun. Yet Embiid refused to accept that narrative. He trained, he healed, and most importantly, he embraced a phrase that would become legendary in Philadelphia: trust the process. Fans chanted it, the media repeated it, and Embiid himself embodied it. He wasn't just waiting for a chance to play basketball. He was building a story of resilience that the world could rally behind. The process arrives, NBA debut. Finally, in 2016, Joel Embiid made his long-awaited NBA debut. The wait had been worth it. In just 31 games, he averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. He dazzled with his unique combination of size, strength, and finesse. Embiid wasn't just a big man who scored in the paint. He could shoot threes, hit mid-range jumpers, and dominate on defense. His charisma was infectious. He celebrated, he danced, he trash-talked, and he entertained fans in a way that few players could. Unfortunately, another injury cut his rookie season short, but the message had been delivered loud and clear. Joel Embiid had arrived, and he was here to stay. Building a legacy with the 76ers. From that point forward, Embiid became the heart and soul of the Philadelphia 76ers. Together with Ben Simmons, he brought hope back to a franchise that had been mired in years of mediocrity. The Wells Fargo Center filled with fans eager to see the process in action. Embiid's game was a rare blend. He could dominate in the post like Shaquille O'Neal, show off silky footwork like Olajuwon, and stretch the floor with his shooting like a modern forward. His defense was elite, his presence intimidating. The Sixers were back in the conversation, and Embiid was leading the charge. Yet, as with any great story, there were moments of heartbreak. The heartbreaks, In 2019, the Philadelphia 76ers faced the Toronto Raptors in a playoff series that would become one of the most unforgettable battles in NBA history. Both teams had fought tooth and nail through 6 grueling games, and everything came down to a decisive Game 7 in Toronto. The world watched as the final seconds ticked away, and Kawhi Leonard, one of the game's coldest assassins, launched a contested shot from the corner. The ball bounced once, twice, 3 times, and then, almost in slow motion, a 4th time before finally dropping through the net. That single shot instantly etched itself into basketball history as one of the most iconic buzzer beaters the game had ever seen. For the Raptors, it was jubilation, a moment of destiny. For the Sixers, it was heartbreak of the cruelest kind. As the crowd erupted in Toronto, cameras caught Joel Embiid walking off the court in tears. The image quickly spread across the world, a powerful and raw reminder that professional athletes are more than just superstars. They are human beings with emotions, dreams, and an unrelenting passion for their craft. Embiid's tears were not signs of weakness. They were proof of how much the game meant to him, how much he had sacrificed, and how badly he wanted to win for his team, his city, and himself. Those tears represented not defeat, but desire, a burning fire inside him that would only fuel the next chapter of his career. Despite the crushing setback, Joel Embiid refused to be defined by that moment. Instead, he used it as motivation to silence critics and elevate his game to levels few had imagined possible. Each season that followed, Embiid grew stronger, sharper, and more dominant. He worked tirelessly to polish his footwork, expand his shooting range, and condition his body to withstand the demands of the NBA. He became a force on both ends of the floor, swatting shots on defense, punishing defenders in the paint, and dazzling crowds with step-back jumpers that defied the expectations of what a 7-footer could do. The MVP climb. By the 2021-22 season, Joel Embiid had officially cemented himself as one of the league's most unstoppable players. Averaging over 30 points per game, he became the first center since Shaquille O'Neal to win the scoring title, and the first international player ever to lead the NBA in scoring. This was not just a statistical achievement. It was a statement to the world that Joel Embiid had transformed from a talented prospect into a global superstar. He had carried the 76ers through adversity, turning doubters into believers and reminding fans why trust the process had become more than just a slogan. It was a prophecy being fulfilled. The following year, in the 2022-23 season, Joel Embiid reached the pinnacle of individual success. With averages of 33.1 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 4.2 assists, he was crowned the NBA's most valuable player, MVP. For Embiid, it was not just an award, but validation. Proof that the boy from Cameroon who didn't even touch a basketball until age 15 had risen to the very top of the sport. The MVP trophy was a symbol of his journey, his resilience, and his relentless belief in himself. From heartbreak to triumph, from tears to glory, Joel Embiid had fulfilled the promise of the process and carved his name into NBA history. Beyond the court, personality and impact. But Joel Embiid's impact goes far beyond the numbers. He is not just a basketball player, he is an entertainer, a showman, and a personality that fans adore. His trash talk is legendary, his social media presence hilarious, and his ability to connect with fans unmatched. He trolls opponents, celebrates with dances, and never shies away from speaking his mind. Off the court, Embiid is a role model for millions, especially in Africa. His story inspires young athletes who dream of making it big, proving that with hard work, resilience, and belief in oneself, anything is possible. The legacy of the process. Joel Embiid is proof that greatness is earned, not given. His journey is a tale of persistence, pain, triumph, and joy, a story that basketball fans will remember for generations. And so, when we talk about Joel Embiid, We are not just talking about points, rebounds, and trophies. We are talking about a man who defined an era, a player who embraced the nickname "the process" and turned it into a movement, a symbol of hope for a city and inspiration for millions around the world. Joel Embiid is not finished yet, and his greatest chapters may still lie ahead. But one thing is certain: the world will continue to watch, continue to cheer, and continue to trust the process.